Learn these life lessons, and 2025 will be your best year yet. But first, understand this. No one is coming to save you. The cavalry isn't on the way. If you want something different, you must become someone different. That's not a curse. It's the greatest gift life gives you, the power to reinvent yourself at will. Not through wishes, but through war. The war of self-discipline. The war of sacrifice. The war of choosing the hard road over the easy exit. People waste decades waiting for the right time. But the truth, time isn't waiting for you. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is out there doing the thing you said you'd do. Life won't reward your intentions. It rewards execution. You don't get trophies for dreaming big. You get them for doing big. So wake up to this truth. Procrastination is the silent killer of greatness. The world doesn't care how talented you are if you never put it into motion. The pain you avoid today will become the regret you carry tomorrow. There is no escaping that trade. Either you suffer the pain of growth or you suffer the pain of staying the same. And one of them compounds. One of them steals your future quietly while you smile and scroll your way through distractions, lying to yourself that someday you'll begin. But there is no someday. There is only now, the only day you can ever truly control. Most people fail not because they're weak, but because they lie to themselves. They justify mediocrity. They lower their standards to feel comfortable. But your standards are the thermostat of your destiny. Set them low, and life gives you average. Set them high, and you begin to become the person worthy of extraordinary things. It's not luck. It's alignment. Your habits must align with your hunger. Your circle is either your cage or your launch pad. If you're surrounded by people who gossip, blame, and settle, you're not growing, you're decaying. Growth needs friction. Get around those who force you to level up, who make you feel uncomfortable because they reflect the version of you that you've buried under excuses. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to rise. Confidence isn't something you find in a book or a podcast. It's built in the dark. It's the byproduct of doing hard things over and over until your soul starts to believe in its own power. Every time you honor a promise to yourself, you cast a vote for the identity you're building. Self-respect is earned, and it's the most valuable currency you'll ever own. Don't envy the man who has everything. Envy the man who earned it with integrity, because it's not what you have, it's what you become while chasing it. Money, success, status. They're not goals, they're mirrors. They show you who you are beneath the surface. If you chase them to escape yourself, you'll find emptiness. But if you chase them to express your potential, you'll find purpose. Excuses are lies disguised as logic. They dress up as reasons, wear the mask of just being realistic, but their only job is to keep you small. Life does not respond to your comfort zone. It rewards those willing to break themselves down and rebuild from scratch. Burn the blueprint if it's not leading you where you want to go. Start again, fiercer, clearer, louder. Fear is not your enemy. It's your compass. The things you're afraid to face are often the exact things you must confront to evolve. The real enemy is comfort, because comfort numbs you, lulls you into thinking that survival is enough. But you weren't born to survive. You were born to dominate, to lead, to create, to leave something behind that echoes long after you're gone. Stop asking for easy. Easy never taught anyone how to lead. Easy never built empires, raised warriors, or wrote names into history. The hard way carves out strength. It's in the struggle that you build spiritual muscle. Every setback, every heartbreak, every betrayal, it all builds calluses where there used to be cracks. And those calluses are the armor you'll wear into the battle for your future. Vision without execution is delusion. Everyone has dreams. Fewer have the discipline to chase them. Even fewer have the resilience to endure the process. And only a rare few are relentless enough to refuse defeat. Be one of the rare ones. Don't just talk about potential, embody it. Let your actions speak louder than your ambitions. Time is your greatest asset, and it's draining whether you use it or not. You can spend it building something beautiful, or you can spend it binging distractions, numbing yourself with comfort. But at the end of your story, only one of those paths will give you peace. Choose the life that demands more of you. That's where fulfillment lives. No one will care how much potential you had. They'll remember what you did with it. The graveyard is full of people with million-dollar dreams and $0 execution. If you died today, what ideas would die with you? What visions? What books? What businesses? What greatness? Don't let the best of you die with you. Put it into the world now, while you can. Rejection is redirection. Every closed door is life forcing you toward a better path. Don't take it personally. Don't take it as proof you're not enough. Take it as proof you're being sculpted. Diamonds aren't born. They're built under pressure. You don't grow from being accepted. You grow from being tested. You want a different life. Then you need a different mindset. You can't plant poison and expect fruit. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become actions. Actions become habits. And habits become your life. Guard your mind like it holds your future, because it does. What you feed it, it becomes. What you repeat, it believes. You cannot become who you're meant to be while clinging to who you've been. Let go of the version of you that needed approval, that needed comfort, that needed validation from people who never saw your worth. You are not obligated to remain the person who settled. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to outgrow. You're allowed to become the legend your younger self needed. Don't wait for motivation. Build discipline. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is immortal. It shows up when you don't want to. It keeps pushing when everything says, quit. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you dream to be. Burn that bridge into your habits and watch your entire reality change. Never negotiate with your vision. Never water down your goals to match someone else's fear. You weren't made to shrink. You were made to stretch, to bend without breaking, to lead without apologies. Your light doesn't dim others, it shows them what's possible. Be bold in your ambition. Be fierce in your purpose. Everyone wants the results. Few are willing to outlast the boredom. Success isn't always glamorous. It's early mornings, late nights, and invisible progress. It's doing the right thing when no one's watching. If you only work when it feels good, You'll never break through. Grind past the silence. The results are coming. Stop waiting for perfect. Start with messy. Every master was once a beginner who didn't know what they were doing. Every great work began as an embarrassing draft. Don't wait to feel ready. Action creates clarity. Progress creates momentum. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. The rest will come. You don't get what you want. You get what you tolerate. If you tolerate mediocrity, that's what your life becomes. If you tolerate excuses, you'll never break cycles. Raise your standards. Draw the line. Demand more from yourself, and the world will begin to shift in response. Every storm in your life has two purposes: to destroy the version of you that's no longer needed and to reveal the strength that was buried beneath your comfort. Stop cursing the struggle. Start listening to what it's trying to teach you. The pressure, the pain, the loss, it's shaping the future you asked for. Growth rarely feels like growth when it's happening. It feels like chaos, but chaos precedes clarity. You were not designed for the shallow. You were not made for a mediocre existence. You were born with fire in your blood and war in your bones. So stop shrinking to fit places you've outgrown. Stop editing yourself for the approval of people who don't even know what it costs to dream. You are not too much. You are not too intense. You are exactly enough for the life you're meant to lead. The biggest threat to your success isn't failure, it's distraction. The subtle, quiet, socially acceptable wasting of your potential. Hours stolen by scrolling, days drained by drama, years lost to comfort disguised as self-care. Focus is a weapon, and in a world full of noise, your ability to cut through it is your advantage. Eliminate what doesn't grow you. Starve your distractions. Feed your purpose. Gratitude is not weakness. It is power. When you're grateful, you stop chasing everything and start appreciating something. And that's where abundance begins. Gratitude realigns your perspective. It humbles you. Then it fuels you. It tells the world you're ready for more because you've honored what you already have. It's not about settling. It's about multiplying from a state of fullness, not emptiness. Your past is not your prison. It's your proof. Proof that you survived, that you endured, that you are still standing despite everything that tried to bury you. Stop letting what happened define what will happen. Your scars are not shameful. They are signatures of a fighter. Wear them with honor. They are not wounds. They are warnings to your future enemies that you don't go down easily. No legacy was ever built by someone who stayed silent about their dream. Speak it out loud. Write it down. Build a plan. Share it with people who believe in fire. Because hiding your ambition to make others comfortable is betrayal. Betrayal of the calling that was uniquely placed inside of you. You are allowed to be loud about your greatness. You are allowed to want more. Success doesn't require permission. It requires obsession. The kind of obsession that makes people uncomfortable. That isolates you for a season. That forces you to become relentless. You won't find it in balance. You'll find it in extreme focus. Most people dabble. They want it, but not enough to bleed for it. Be different. Be the one who commits so hard. The universe has no choice. but to open the door. Don't just chase goals, chase transformation. The goal is just the excuse to become someone powerful enough to achieve it. Set a goal so big that it forces you to grow into a different being entirely. Let it stretch you, scare you, break you open. And in the pursuit, you'll realize it was never about the goal. It was about unlocking your final form. You cannot elevate if you stay emotionally attached to the things you're supposed to outgrow. Let that sink in. Emotional intelligence is knowing when something has expired, when something is no longer serving you, and walking away with grace, not guilt. Growth demands goodbyes to habits, to people, to old identities. Don't mourn the loss of comfort, celebrate the gain of freedom. Life doesn't reward effort, it rewards strategy. Hustling blindly in circles is not success, it's exhaustion. Be smart about your work. Learn the game you're playing. Study the masters. Don't just grind, adapt. Outthink, outlast. Strategy multiplies your actions. It turns 10 hours into 1. It makes you lethal in a world full of people who are just busy. Clarity is power. Most people drift because they've never defined what they want. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why their life feels meaningless. Write your vision like your life depends on it, because it does. The clearer you are about who you want to become, the faster you'll get there. Ambiguity is the enemy of greatness. Pain is your forge. It will burn, bend, and break you, but it will also rebuild you into something indestructible if you let it. Don't resist pain. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Let it build your tolerance, your grit, your unshakable center. The most powerful people you know have walked through fire. They didn't avoid it. They embraced it until they became flame-proof. You don't have time to be lukewarm. Half-hearted effort produces half-hearted results. Go all in or get out of the way. There's nothing inspiring about being halfway committed. The universe responds to decisiveness, to full-force energy. Decide what you want, cut off every exit, and move like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Your emotions are valid, but they're not always true. Feel them, honor them, but don't let them make your decisions. Your future deserves more than a reaction. It deserves a response, a plan, a strategy, a leader. Don't let a bad day rewrite a good life. Don't let temporary emotions sabotage permanent potential. The ones who win are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are the most consistent. They show up when they don't feel like it. They keep going when it stops being exciting. They've turned showing up into a ritual, into religion. That is the boring, brutal, beautiful truth about mastery. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Be dangerous, and not reckless, but dangerous. Develop skills that can't be ignored. Build a mind so sharp it can cut through doubt. Build a spirit so fierce it doesn't flinch under pressure. The world doesn't respect weakness, it respects presence. Make your presence undeniable. Walk into rooms and let your preparation speak for you. Jealousy is a mirror, not a weapon. When you feel envy towards someone else's success, pause. Don't resent it, study it. What part of you feels like you don't deserve the same? What belief are you still carrying that says their win means your loss? Flip envy into energy. Let it be proof that more is possible. Happiness is not the goal. Fulfillment is. Happiness comes and goes. It's based on conditions, on comfort, on dopamine. But fulfillment, that's deeper. That's knowing you're on the path, even when it's uphill. That's meaning in motion. And it only comes when you live in alignment with your highest potential. The world will try to tame you, to box you, to label you as too intense, too driven, too ambitious. Good. That's how you know you're not average. Average is over. The middle is crowded. Be polarizing, be wild, be unstoppable. Don't just live, take up space. You are not here to be liked. You're here to lead. Your dream is your responsibility, not your family's, not your friends, not your partner's. Yours. If you keep waiting for someone to believe in you before you move, you'll be standing still for the rest of your life. Belief is built through movement. Every step forward is a declaration that your dream matters. Walk like it already belongs to you. There will be moments where you question everything: your progress, your path, your purpose. That's not weakness. That's evolution. Self-doubt is a checkpoint. It asks you, are you willing to keep going even when the applause stops? Even when it's just you, the grind, and your inner voice whispering, don't give up yet. That whisper is your soul remembering the fire you lit long ago. People will mock what they don't understand. They will call your discipline obsession, your ambition arrogance, your solitude loneliness. Let them. Lions don't explain the hunt to sheep. You weren't meant to be understood by those playing small. Your vision is not up for debate. Let your results do the talking while you keep building in silence. You must become more than motivated. You must become obsessed. Obsessed with the next version of you. The one who doesn't flinch under pressure. The one who keeps showing up, no matter the pain. Success doesn't require magic. It requires obsession married to consistency. If you're not all in, you're already out. The secret to success isn't in doing everything. It's in doing the right thing again and again. Eliminate what doesn't align. Narrow your focus until it hurts. Focus is the fast track to impact. When you water 10 plants, none of them grow deep. When you water one, it grows roots that will shake the earth. Choose one goal and give it everything. There is no breakthrough without breakdown. That moment you think you can't take one more step, that's the moment you become who you were always meant to be. Pain is not the end. It's the threshold, the fire that burns off the weak parts of you. Endure it. Walk through it. Because on the other side is the version of you who doesn't just survive, but dominates. Success is not sexy. It's not always fun. It's not even always fulfilling in the beginning. It's repetition. It's loneliness. It's sacrifice when no one claps. It's saying no when everyone else says yes. But you don't chase success because it's easy. You chase it because the struggle is what shapes the savage inside you. Let that beast out. Let him eat. The future belongs to those who can delay gratification. In a world addicted to now, you must master later. While they're distracted, you're developing. While they're spending, you're investing. While they're partying, you're planning. Every delay becomes your edge. Patience with progress is the skill no one teaches, but every master lives by. Stop playing the victim in a story you have the power to rewrite. You may not be responsible for what happened to you, but you are responsible for what you do next. Power begins when blame ends. The moment you own everything, even the pain, is the moment you gain the power to transform it. It's not that life is unfair. It's that you keep expecting fairness in a world that rewards action over emotion. Life isn't about what you deserve. It's about what you decide. Decide to get stronger. Decide to get sharper. Decide to become unstoppable. Then move like the decision is already paying off. You don't need more advice. You need more action. Information is everywhere. Execution is rare. The gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams die. Close the gap. Do the thing. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't wait to feel confident. Confidence comes from proof, and proof comes from action. Your success is someone else's permission slip. Every time you level up, you give someone else courage to do the same. Be the one who goes first, the one who breaks generational cycles, the one who chooses legacy over comfort. Your win isn't just yours, it's a ripple effect, a domino of permission for everyone watching. The cost of not changing is far greater than the cost of discipline. Discipline might cost you sleep. It might cost you comfort. But in the end, regret will cost you peace. Don't wait to get desperate to start getting disciplined. Build the habits now that your future self will thank you for later. You don't find purpose. You forge it. You build it through trial, through service, through pouring yourself into something greater than your own ego. Purpose isn't discovered, it's designed, crafted day by day as you align your gifts with impact. It grows as you grow. Feed it, fight for it, live it. Not everyone will clap when you win, and that's okay. You're not building this for validation. You're building this because there's something in you that refuses to settle. Stop explaining your greatness to people committed to misunderstanding you. The real ones won't need an explanation, they'll see it in your work. You were born with everything you need. The tools are already inside you. You don't need to be saved. You need to be activated. Wake up the warrior that's been waiting. Wake up the fire that life tried to dim. You're not broken. You're becoming. And becoming requires pressure. There's no elevator to greatness. It's all stairs. No skips. No shortcuts. No hacks. Each step is carved with effort. Each level demands a different version of you. And just when you think you've arrived, the next floor appears. That's how it's supposed to be. Growth never ends. Evolution is infinite. Hard times don't build character, they reveal it. Pressure exposes who you really are. Will you crack, will you fold, or will you rise? Your response to adversity is your real resume. It tells the world what you're made of. So when it gets hard, don't ask why. Ask, what is this revealing in me? The difference between average and elite is standards. High standards aren't a burden. They're a filter. They separate those who want it from those who are obsessed with it. Set standards so high they scare you. Standards that stretch you. Then live by them with no exception. Because standards shape identity, and identity shapes destiny. Everything you want exists on the other side of your excuses. And no matter how logical they sound, they are lies. Dressed up to protect your ego. If it's not getting you closer, it's holding you back. Every time you choose the excuse over the action, you're building the wrong identity. And identity is destiny. Start choosing actions that align with the life you say you want. Let your choices rewrite your story. There will never be a perfect time. The world won't pause for you to feel ready. You will always have doubt, always have fear, always have something in the way. Move anyway. Start anyway. The people who build empires aren't those who waited for green lights. They're the ones who ran when it was red and built the road themselves. Courage is action in the face of imperfection. Silence is sacred in a loud world. The ones who win are the ones who can listen to themselves, to life, to the voice inside that says, keep going when no one else believes. Silence reveals what distraction hides. Make space for it. Get still enough to hear your own soul. Because if you keep living by noise, you'll never hear the calling that was meant for you alone. Not everyone deserves access to you. Your energy is expensive. Start treating it like it matters. Every conversation, every relationship, every distraction, it's either depositing into your future or draining it. Protect your peace like it's profit, because it is. Set boundaries like a king. Guard your energy like a soldier. Not everything deserves your presence. You cannot rise while clinging to the chains of your past. Shame will keep you small. Guilt will keep you grounded. You must forgive yourself for the versions of you that didn't know better. They got you here. Honor them, but don't stay them. Let them die so you can live, so you can rise, so you can become. Talent is cheap. Discipline is rare. Everyone has talent. Fewer have the hunger to sharpen it. Discipline is what turns potential into performance. It's what turns ambition into reality. If you want to rise above the noise, develop an edge no one can take from you, the discipline to show up when it's hard, stay when it's boring, and win when it's invisible. You don't have to be the loudest, you just have to be the realist. Authenticity is a magnet in a world of masks. When you own who you are, your flaws, your strengths, your process, you give others permission to do the same. You become a lighthouse for those lost in self-doubt. Be so real that pretending feels like a lie. The world doesn't need more copy. It needs originals. The greats weren't popular because they followed trends. They became great because they created them. Don't dilute yourself to be digestible. Be potent. Be polarizing. Be unforgettable. Your uniqueness is your advantage, but only if you stop hiding it. Your weird might be the thing that wins. There's no growth without tension. Your comfort zone is not your friend. It whispers safety, but it steals evolution. Learn to crave the stretch, to embrace the awkward, the painful, the uncertain. That's where the gold is buried. In the reps no one wants to do. In the days that feel like failure. In the silence where your next breakthrough is being built. Stop living like you have time. You don't. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Your future self is watching you right now, hoping you make the moves they're depending on. Hope is not a strategy. Wishes are not work. The clock is ticking, and every tick is a chance to rewrite the story. Start acting like your life matters, because it does. Most people don't really want change. They want the feeling of change. But change isn't a vibe, it's a war. With your patterns, with your comfort, with the version of you that thrives on survival. You don't just break cycles, you bleed through them. But every drop is worth it, because on the other side is freedom.